Now the rise of AI. We're taking an in-depth look at the world of artificial intelligence. Just last month, right here in Providence, Tesla CEO Elon Musk made national headlines when he said AI poses a major threat to all of humanity. So could these programs really turn into science fiction like the Terminator movies, or are they a valuable tool that could benefit society? Kim Kalunian turned to a local expert in the field. She joins us now with a story you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
Well, Elon Musk's comments made major waves both inside and outside the computer sciences industry. But the Brown University professor we spoke with says it's important not to blur the lines between reality and science fiction. It was a speech that sucked the air out of the room.
AI is a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization, and I don't think people fully appreciate that.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk warning a Rhode Island Convention Center ballroom filled with prominent politicians from across the U.S. about artificial intelligence.
I keep sounding the alarm bell, but until people see robots going down the street killing people, they don't know how to react.
I think a lot of us, like me, are very skeptical.
Michael Littman is a professor of computer science at Brown University who's devoting his professional life to AI and machine learning, studying software that can learn.
Really smooth control.
Littman says AI comes in all forms. It can be inside robots like this one, yes, but it can also refer to algorithms that run Facebook and Google. Anywhere, Littman explains, where computers are interacting with one another. Currently, AI is working to solve specific problems like how to recognize speech, keep people on social media sites longer, even how to fist bump. But there are concerns that machines will soon grow more intelligent than their human creators.
We can build a better world.
This other kind of AI, sometimes it's referred to as artificial general intelligence, or AGI. The notion that we're not trying to solve particular problems like mapping paint colors to names. We're trying to solve general problems like how do you get around in the world? How do you learn new things?
Littman says that kind of AI is still the stuff of dreams and of nightmares.
Systems that are going to reprogram themselves to be even more efficient, and because they're not biological, they can make themselves more intelligent, then use that additional intelligence to improve themselves even more, and then ... intelligence explosion. They're way more intelligent than humanity. What do we do at that point? Where are we in all of this as human beings?
This is really the scariest problem to me, I'll tell you.
Littman, however, doesn't believe in the intelligence explosion theory. He thinks there will be plenty of warning signs well ahead of the doom and gloom forecast by Musk.
It's clearly the stuff of science fiction in the sense that there's lots of movies about it.
Yeah.
Is it only the stuff of science fiction? That's a really important question. I don't think we know.
And Littman says he has other legitimate concerns about AI, like how it controls what content you're exposed to online. Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.
Now the rise of AI. We're taking an in-depth look at how artificial intelligence affects our everyday lives. Live at 5, we tackle the recent comments from Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who says AI could pose a major threat to humanity. New at 6, how you're exposed to this technology each day, and why one local lawmaker is taking steps to try and protect Rhode Islanders from the potential impacts of AI. Kim Kalunian joins us now with a story you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
When you think of artificial intelligence, you may have visions of humanoid robots, but AI has many forms, including algorithms that are in use right now, touching our lives in ways we might not even realize.
Together with humans, we can build a better world.
Robots that talk and do Tai Chi. They're not the only types of technology that utilize artificial intelligence.
The AI is the software. The AI is the system that's actually processing the information, deciding what to do. That exists in robots, but it also exists in your laptop. It exists at Google. It exists, anywhere where there's computers interacting with each other.
Brown computer science professor Michael Littman says AI is already a part of our everyday lives. Algorithms being used to decide who gets a bank loan, the next song on your playlist, and for some people, whether or not they're going to jail. That's right, courts around the U.S. are using AI right now to determine a defendant's risk and make decisions about bail, sentencing, or parole.
All of these are informed by data. These systems can optimize for the wrong thing. They can optimize for more justice like we've seen in the past. And if that justice has been biased in any way, it will perpetuate that bias.
State Representative Aaron Regenberg is honing in on the issue of AI in criminal justice. He's hoping to shed more light on where and how this technology is being used.
If smart public policy is not keeping up with these technological shifts, are we going to be in a situation where folks can be harmed by decision-making processes that use criteria that may not be right?
We would actually be the first state, as far as we are aware, to introduce this type of legislation.
Mark Tracy is a public policy expert. He brought his concerns to Regenberg and says he's hopeful Rhode Island can be a pioneer in regulating AI, particularly its impacts on the criminal justice system.
And really the idea here is to have just a notification. Just let people know that this is part of what's being factored in to consider their fate.
And Regenberg and Tracy tell me they're fine-tuning their legislation right now and hope to introduce it in the next legislative session. Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.